AD.
Yo. What the deal?
What up? What
Hit it.
up?
Hey man, chilling. Another day, another dollar. You feel me?
Man, I just took a sip of my drink, and that damn drink is good.
What you got? What you got
Oh
today?
my God. I got 1800 coconut with pineapple juice.
I ain't
Mm,
tried the 1800 coconut before. I never
listen,
had it before.
my sister put me on this. I'm like, oh, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I have to try it. I never had
Okay.
coconut.
Oh, that's it right there. Ah,
Okay.
so well, for y'all who watching, Dreen is not going to be here tonight. We're gonna miss you tonight, Dreen. We'll see you next week. Take care of what you got to take care of. We will see you next week. Hey Daniel, we got a special treat for y'all tonight, so buckle up. We got
Hey
a guest
man.
co-host, thank God, so he'll be on here in a minute. I'll
Whoo.
introduce him in a few. Um, uh,
Ooh.
so how was your week? He
Hey
said,
man, my week been good, been busy, man. Oh yeah, because this weekend we had the men's wealth building that
yes.
kicked off, and so it was a great turnout. It was about 15 people came, man. So we talked about wealth building, we talked about the investments that we were currently in, we talked about where we wanted the group to go. So I created a survey, sent it out to everyone. But if any guy is looking to get into a group of wealth building, sharing knowledge, all of that good stuff, man, they can hit me up at ask@gentlemen'scouncil.com. And I'll definitely get you the information so that way on the next one, guys can come out. So yeah, that was my weekend right there. And then I don't know, man, just also too, like just been having little epiphanies, man. Pretty sure you saw my my post today of like, you know, um mentoring a young man and
Oh
you
man,
know
that's
um yeah, so I'm hey, if anybody know, you could definitely send them my way. Of course I'm only one person, but I would definitely work them into somebody I know and trust. So the goal of this, I'm not trying, like I said, this ain't about talking no more, man. We got to have some action about what we're doing. So for me,
awesome.
mentoring is more than just talking. It's actually understanding what they're trying to do in life and start to construct a plan so they can start moving on it. You know what I'm saying? Cut the games, cut the bullshit. Like, let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking to do. That's why I'm like, hey, if you know somebody that's serious,
Mhm.
because putting this plan together, getting him on the right path, I'm serious about it. So, hey,
Look,
send them my way.
listen, I'm going to talk to my son because I really think he could benefit from that. I could talk all day. I can show him stuff, but I'm a girl.
Yeah.
I'm a girl.
Yeah,
It just doesn't
yeah.
translate the same way. So, yeah, because I've been talking. He takes a what is it called? Financial business finance in school. He
Okay.
signed up for that, so he's been taking that class and learning about credit and all kinds of stuff. So, but I want him to learn from a different perspective, from our perspective, and see it actually in action and see like what real life looks like and with his money, with his investments, with his knowledge and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I'm
man.
definitely gonna send him your way. I'm gonna talk
So
to him
yeah.
about see
Okay.
what he thinks.
But yeah, so that's what's been going on my way, man. But actually, because I actually have a plan that I put together. And it touches on, building confidence, um, building leadership, financial freedom, from their perspectives, from the 13 to 18-year-old perspective. So it really touches on some real great topics. And so I'm going to start walking kids through it, and just kind of helping them build and grow so they can start seeing the fruits of their labor, man. Like I said, we talk about this all the time, but I don't want to be no old head saying, look at this kid over here, man. He's so misguided. He don't know what he got going on. But
Right.
yet I'm not part of the solution. That's
Mhm.
crazy to me. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Well, for those of you who are watching who don't know us or who haven't tuned in before, let us introduce ourselves before we get this show on the road. And I will introduce our special guest co-host because he can't stay too long. So um, I will introduce my buddy, my friend, my partner, my brother, Mr. Adrian Taylor, aka
Mr. Consistency. Oh yeah.
uh, come
Oh
on,
yeah.
consistency,
Hey man. Hey.
aka
Mr. GC. You feel
hey,
me?
hey, hey.
And then also we have the lovely young lady, Miss Didi Legette, aka
I'm gonna piggyback off of you, Miss Disciplined, consistent, motivated, inspirational. feminine, friendly, and fit,
AKA,
the core queen.
there it is.
Well, y'all, listen, we have a special treat today. And I'm so glad that you started out with the financial side of stuff, because this guy right here is the financial guru also.
Okay.
So maybe y'all can link up after this or whatever, exchange information. If you don't already know him, I don't know if you know him, you might, I don't know. But he is my brother. He is from the ATL shouting. He's retired Air Force. He has ran a successful financial practice, and now he is doing financial consulting for the government. He has been married and divorced to 2 Black women. He has a biracial daughter, and he is currently in a relationship with a Bosnian American woman. So he fits the bill for the description of this this episode. So I want to hear his perspective. I'm so happy to have him on this panel today. We're going to go through our hot topics with him, and then we're going to get to our main topic. Welcome, Mr. Marlon Hackett himself. How you doing, Marlon?
I'm good. I can't match all those accolades. I'll just call myself just Mr. Tell Her How It Is.
Hey, that's what I'm talking
Hey, we
about.
like that. We like that. What's going on, Mark? How you feeling?
Not much, man. Long time.
I know, right?
Yeah, I see y'all doing great things on this show. I'm proud of y'all.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Man. We trying.
I'm so excited, y'all. Listen. We got some hot topics to talk about, some trending topics for the week. We're gonna go through them real quick. The first 3, the first one we're gonna really go through quick because my team ain't win. So
the team ain't win.
The World Series.
Oh, I was gonna say the Eagles won again. What you talking about? I'm like, the Eagles won again.
The World Series.
I was rooting for Philly because I don't know, it was like it was in the water. Like you had all these Philly teams just getting hot the same week, and then it just cooled off. I was rooting for y'all.
Yeah. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. I'm happy for Dusty though. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He finally got him one. Yeah, long overdue. He finally got him one.
Dusty got cheated by the Steve Bartman thing in Chicago when Steve Bartman caught that ball in the World Series and Chicago lost when Dusty was the manager. I ain't never think he was going to win another championship. So you're right. He's overdue.
He was overdue, man. Third time's a charm. It was good because it was a lot of offense too. So, typically 1-0, 2-1, like, them boys were out there scoring. So
man.
It was going back and forth.
Left and right.
I didn't understand it this year because all the best teams with the best records got kicked to the curb and like
kicked straight to the curb.
Yeah, so all these underdogs just came up this year.
Yeah, because we definitely didn't expect Philly to be in there.
I didn't see it coming.
Nah, I ain't see Philly in there at all. I knew Houston was Houston, so
yeah,
I expected them to be there, but I ain't expect Philly. But hey, they was close though. It was
Congratulations.
Eagles still doing their thing.
Oh yeah. The week 9 recap of the NFL. We still undefeated.
Yeah, might be undefeated for a while, to be honest with you. Looking at the next string of teams that they play, like the next 3 or 4 teams.
Yeah. What they got next?
We play Monday night. Who we playing?
Is it the Redskins?
Yep. The Commanders.
They ain't no walking apart.
I meant the Commanders. I still call them the Redskins.
Who they quarterback now? Because Carson Wentz is hurt.
Yeah, they Taylor Heineke. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Somebody.
Yeah. So sure.
That means you ain't got no business losing there.
That's what I'm saying.
I want us to lose a game. I do want us to lose one.
As long as y'all don't lose to Dallas.
And it's probably gonna be that game. The Commanders game could be a trap game. Actually, I thought they was gonna lose this one, but they went on and got it together and pulled it out. So
the thing about Philly is that they may not blow a team out, but they know how to make adjustments in a game. That's why I think we haven't been able to do that for a long time. So they know how to make adjustments.
Okay. Y'all tough in the trenches.
I can't say it now. Me and my son gonna be at the game in Dallas for Christmas Eve. That's his Christmas present. So we gonna be there in Dallas.
Okay.
We got our tickets, hotel, everything.
That's gonna be serious.
Okay, yeah, that should be good.
And you know,
Right.
he's a Cowboys fan.
What? How?
Yeah.
His dad a Cowboys fan or something? No.
My little sister, when he was a baby, she was a Cowboys fan, and she brainwashed him. Now she an Eagles fan.
It's good banter in y'all house there, because
man.
Mama, he just want to y'all gonna be going back and forth for life. So
I just tell him, shut up, boy. You ain't never seen this team win. Never.
not in his lifetime.
Never.
Nah, it's been a minute.
I think since he's been alive, I think they won either 1 or 2 playoff games in his entire life.
Damn, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Probably 1. Yeah.
I think it's 1.
Because I don't think Romo won any. So
none. Every time they got to December,
won, didn't he? I think he won 1.
He had the butt fumble.
Yeah, the butt
fumble.
Against Seattle.
Romo kept choking, didn't
he? Yeah, every December.
Yeah.
They would choke every year.
Dak won one, though,
Yeah, Dak won one.
Yeah. Can't stand Cowboys.
What's up with the Falcons?
You know what?
They coming back. They number 1 right now.
No, we ain't.
I thought y'all was.
We tied for first, and we below 500. That ain't nothing.
Right. That's what I said. I thought y'all was 1 for a second until the Bucks.
I told everybody going into this season, because I normally talk big trash when it comes to my team, but I told everybody I ain't got no expectations. I don't care what our record is. All I know is next year we're gonna have 130 million to play with. So I'm waiting till next year. I like what we got, I like what we built, but I don't care how the season turned out on my board. I ain't paying for a ticket till next year.
Y'all got the Georgia Bulldogs though. When y'all is showing.
Oh yeah, I'm riding that high right there.
So y'all gonna make a run at Lamar Jackson?
I hope so. Bring him down to the A way he belong. He's a Southern boy anyway, so bring him on down there. All we do is run the ball now. We can't even throw the ball right now, so he'll fit right with us. So, and we're gonna have the money to pay him.
Julio should have stayed in Atlanta, because I don't know what they're doing in Tampa.
Julio got bad ankles, bad knees.
Yeah, he does. He need to go and retire. He just stay hurt.
He ain't even. I think he played 1 game down here in Tampa this year.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He been hurt. Yeah, he stayed.
He always hurt.
Oh, I ain't been watching, so not Tampa. You know, I don't give a damn about Tampa.
Yeah, he can't get on the field because he stay hurt.
Can't get on the field. And when he do get on, he only play like a few series and go sit down. So
I'm mad. Our one of my favorite drafts we got last year from Georgia. He just got 4 to 6 weeks.
And we passed on him. We passed on him in the draft.
That dude is a monster.
Everybody down here in Georgia been watching him since 8th grade. And we're like, yo, pick that dude. And we just passed on him and gave him to y'all. I was like, what are we thinking?
And he hurt now. I'm like,
Jordan Davis is a man child out there.
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, child.
Yeah. I knew once y'all got him, ain't nobody gonna be able to run the ball on y'all.
Man, that daggone line is crazy. That defensive line is crazy.
That's one in the league. That's one in the league.
Oh yeah. All right. So what do y'all think about this whole Kyrie Irving suspension?
I still don't get it. I don't even. I'm trying to figure out what he did that he got suspended, that he got to apologize, that he got to do all these different things just to come back and play for sharing a link.
I don't think it was just about the link. Big businesses, they got to step and fetch. You know, they got sponsors, and they're trying to make him step and fetch and go way out of his character to appease these sponsors. It ain't really about the Nets. It's these sponsors, man. They want them to kiss their ass, and I don't agree with that.
I think it has something to do with him working the system with COVID.
Oh, it started back then. Like
it definitely started.
Anytime you ain't like the perfect media boy, they're gonna keep messing with you every chance you get.
Yeah, and they couldn't get him to conform then. Now they're like, okay, we're gonna break you. It's modern day buck breaking. We're gonna break you. And now he's like, shit, I'm about to retire.
But the thing of it is, it's like I've been seeing a lot of posts lately Well, a lot of authors have went out and saw that documentary and they said it's not anti-Semitic. So,
well, it's not. But and the thing is, we know it's not anti-Semitic. Everybody knows it's not anti-Semitic. But anytime you talk about Black people being Jews, they have a problem with that.
yeah.
Anytime you talk about the actual facts about Judaism, they're gonna have a problem with it.
Well,
I'm like, I don't get it. And I guess for me, it's even more than that. It's the Stephen A's, it's the Shannon Sharps, it's the Shaqs. I expect it from Barkley. I expect it from Barkley. But
I mean,
some of these guys,
some
of these guys, I'm real disappointed. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. It got me so turned off from basketball this year. Like, I ain't even been watching it. I ain't even been watching it since the whole situation.
Someone putting their foot in their mouth, like you know. Didn't LeBron condemn Kyrie too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he say? I don't know. He said some weird stuff. Like,
the fact that they're saying that he should have apologized. Apologize for what?
Because he may have offended somebody.
Because he may have offended.
Yeah.
And then he apologized, and they still suspended him. And now they have a list of things he got to do. I'm not apologizing for shit until you tell Amazon to take that shit down.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Nah, but they ain't gonna do that, huh?
Yeah, that list that they came out with, they're gonna make you give $500,000 to make you give your money.
Man, listen.
Because you didn't apologize good enough.
Hey, yo, I was like, yeah, I'm good.
So I don't mind. It really hasn't been hidden from us. It's been in the same Bible that we've been reading. It's just been whitewashed. They keep trying to make it seem like the people in the Bible are white. It's not a white person in the Bible.
It's not.
I mean, if you think the Bible is real, that's your religion. That's what you believe. There's not a white person in there.
Nope, but we've been brainwashed since we were kids. You know, white Jesus on the wall. You see it in the old churches and all that stuff. So
I mean, it's literally spelled out in the Bible what Jesus looks like,
and his color, and his color and his hair.
The actual geographic location where he's from ain't no white people there.
Hair like wool. Hair
like wool. Skin like bronze. Yeah, they trying to put Kyrie out there to be an example. I think he's gonna retire. I think he should.
I would.
Kyrie can go to them and say, you know what? I want to void my contract. Don't pay me nothing else. I don't want to be associated with this organization. Yep. And they will gladly not pay him because I don't think if he does all those things, there's going to be so many Black folks that are going to lose respect for him.
Kyrie ain't going to do that.
Kyrie
is not going to do none of that shit.
He ain't going to do that.
37 million followers. He ain't doing that.
No, he not going to do it. LeBron would, and that's
hell yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, but and I, you know what I'm saying, I like LeBron, so but LeBron is part of Hollywood now. You know what I'm saying? So it's different for LeBron. He part of Hollywood. He got to please. He got to appease people now.
Gosh, I wish I knew we were going to talk about this topic because I saw something online the other day. I saw something online and LeBron was doing some stuff with like one of the highest people in the Jewish religion. I can't remember who it was, and it had something to do with why he condemned Kyrie. I saw it on Instagram and I saw it again on Newsweek. So I just wondered. It's like some of his tattoos are Jewish tattoos, and it's like LeBron has like a deep connection with some people who are very high up the chain in the Jewish religion. I mean, in Judaism. So I don't know what LeBron into.
Most of them do. You can't. I said most of them do. You can't get that amount of money in the entertainment industry and not be connected to the Jewish community. Yeah. They run it. They own it.
They own it. So that's what I'm saying. You know, LeBron is there. So I kind of expect. I mean, all of them that has condemned him are on that level now with the community. So
yeah,
you kind of like, dang, wow, this what Malcolm was talking about. This is exactly what Malcolm was talking about. But you know, I digress.
I just hope he don't do anything on that list. I just want to see how this turns out over the next week. So
yeah, I understand that Kanye said that that's why slavery was a choice, but he should have been with his context. Because
Context
you cannot throw out a blanket statement like that with uneducated people and expect them to just get it.
Context is everything.
When you're trying to awaken people, you can't be your frequency can't be all the way up here when people's frequency is down here. Right. You got to bring it to them where they at so they can actually understand what you're talking about, or the message is going to just be missed.
Yeah.
And if the target is to organize and get people to come together and move as a unit, you got to bring them. You got to meet them at their level first to bring them up there.
Kanye don't mess that all up.
Oh my God, I can't. I just can't. I just can't. Because I agree with almost everything he says, but I can't with him. I just can't. I can't. That's like somebody cheating on you. Y'all break up, and then they trying to come to you with advice on how to be faithful. It's not going to work. The information is great. You're telling me the truth, but I don't trust you. I'm not listening to you.
Right. Yeah, so you can't. I don't think he's going to be able to justify some of the things he said, and it's like every time he comes back to try to re-justify it or give more context, he drives more confusion. So people are tuning him out. So.
Yeah. And it's a shame because he has some very valid information to share.
He does.
Wrong.
Kanye ain't no dummy, but it's just your delivery and your context is going to,
And trying to sound like a genius when you're not. Just say what the hell you need to say. You don't sound all that smart when people don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You sound crazy.
Kanye always got a metaphor for everything.
Just say it.
Tell it like it is.
Amen.
All right, y'all. So, Adrian, the last time you were out, I needed you here on the show because at the end of the show, and I'm mad that Drena's not here today, because at the end of the show, when we had the doulas on, I always at the end we be like, "What you got going on? What you want to promote or whatever." And Drena's ending was, "If y'all not doing anything on November 8th, sorry, Drena, I'm throwing you under the bus. Go out and vote." And I was like, "Oh, if Adrian was here." So, do y'all vote? Yes or no? And why or why
not? Sometimes.
It depends on the candidates.
Depends on who's running.
Like sometimes we get stuck in a situation where we got two candidates we both don't believe in. So what are you gonna do? Pick the lesser of two evils?
I don't do that.
I don't do that either. If I don't like both candidates, I just don't. I won't bother with it.
Well, I had my awakening.
Did you vote?
No. No. Because and there's a few reasons why. Because there were some very catastrophic events that's happened since the last election, right? And regardless to who was in office, these events happened and it didn't matter who was in office or what the policies were. They did what the fuck they wanted to do anyway. It didn't matter. Agreed. You had corporations firing people because they refused to get a vaccination. Like, huh? Like private companies? Oh, okay.
Right.
Yes. So I took a screenshot. I don't know if y'all follow 19 Keys, but he's like very, he's very awakened or woke, but on a level that you can understand him. He makes sense. He listens, takes feedback in, and gives it to people in the masses that can actually understand it. And he takes action behind his words. But he said, and I quote, "See, the type of power that just opposed Ye and Kyrie isn't the type of power you can vote for. You have to organize, unify, own, and control. Economics is key. Voting is the illusion of power. Voting is a local issue tool, but not a solution. It has to be accomplished by power and money in order to be the most effective."
I agree
100%.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing that I kept like trying to articulate when it came to Kanye and like people condemning what the Jewish community was doing. And I was just trying to say, no, look at what the Jewish community is doing as a blueprint of what the Black community should be doing when somebody says something against them when they don't like it. If we had organization, power, financial stability, power, like the actual regulations like they have set in place for their community, we could take the same exact actions as them.
The government just The government played everybody, made them feel like air wasn't good for them no more.
Yeah.
Think about that. Fresh air is not good for what they do that at. We've been wearing masks for 2 years, and now they wonder why people having respiratory problems, infections are on the rise, right? They struggling. People have been wearing masks for 2 years. You don't think that's going to affect your immune system?
They let people die alone. And now none of these mandates exist.
None.
How disgusting. Like, vote for what?
Played you. Hold up. First, they told Trump was wrong for not making you wear masks, right? Then they turn right around and make you like, oh yeah, this is crazy. You know, whatever. You know what? No. Yep, you're gonna wear these masks. Oh, this, yeah. What? Come on.
I don't think it's gonna be the only pandemic. I think it's gonna probably end up being another one.
Well, monkeypox didn't work. I'm not sure where that went.
That just poof.
Where'd it go? Where's that? Yeah. Where'd it go? What happened?
Flu season came back.
Hey, monkeypox came out and gay people went crazy because they said that monkeypox affects, if you having gay sex, it affects you more. You're gonna get monkeypox in your ass or whatever. But people are going ape shit over that. What? It's gone.
It didn't work. They couldn't bamboozle people again.
Yeah.
It's over.
It didn't work this time.
Yeah.
It's over with.
Oh yeah, it's this. I don't care how you vote. Like, how we know exactly how many numbers and come on, let me get out of here. That stuff is already set up. It's already predestined. It's already put in place. Who won with? Good day.
I studied history growing up a lot, and for me, it was one of these things where presidents used to be able to run 2, 3, 4, 5 times. As long as they kept winning elections, they won elections. But when FDR won more than twice, Congress was like, hold on now. You're getting too powerful. But so Congress voted to restrict presidents so they can't serve more than 2 terms. But then the next year they come back and vote that they can serve an unlimited amount of time.
That is so asinine.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like they're the biggest mafia on the planet.
Hey man.
Who else can vote on your own pay raises? They can't get fired, and they can keep themselves out of jail, and they run all the money in this country.
Yep.
Yo,
we in this cycle where we keep putting them right back in the seat.
Yep.
Because they got the best commercials.
They were showing like some of these people in Congress how maybe they wealth go from 500,000 to like 10 million. You know what I mean? Like over the time that they in office, like it just shows how they finances just triple, quadruple, like go crazy. They networks just go crazy once they get in office. Yeah.
I didn't understand it at first. I know all of us prior Air Force, I don't know if y'all even watched it or saw it, but if y'all was ever in Iraq in like the first 6-7 years, if you notice, every base got all these different contract companies represented on the base. I kept saying Halliburton. I was like, I ain't never heard of this damn company before. Like, where they come from? Like, who are they? And then 3 years later, I find out that Dick Cheney used to be the CEO of Halliburton. I was like, and he was vice president at the time. I'm like, what the fuck we doing here?
Hey man, it's
big business.
It's big business, man.
Yes, it is.
It's big business, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. How y'all like? Just look around you. You voted and look what we in some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
That's when I see people that be out here, especially down here in Florida, this Trump country. So I go one state over where I grew up. With all them black folks in Atlanta, they're gonna vote Democratic the majority of the time. They raised to vote that way. And you come down here, it's Trump central. But I don't see people getting ram boats into each other.
Hey,
they have Trump flags on this boat, Biden flags on this boat. They cussing each other out. They ready to hurt themselves over people who don't even give a damn about you.
You live north of Tampa?
Say what?
You live north of Tampa?
I'm in St. Pete right now.
Okay.
But I'm about to move to Valrico at the end of the month.
Okay.
What Valerie? I don't even know where that's at.
Right outside of Tampa.
It's East Tampa. It's like right by Brandon.
Okay, all right. I know where that's at. All right.
So, I'm just waiting to close on the house out there. So it's time to go back across the bridge.
All right, big money.
Yeah, man. I got to spoil myself.
I know that's right. All right, y'all. We're going to get into our main topics. We're going to start off with this one just to break the ice on the main topics, because a lot of times y'all don't never really get what y'all want. What are some gifts that men actually want that y'all never get? I know y'all get socks, t-shirts, ties. I know y'all get tired of that shit. Cologne. What do y'all really be wanting?
Hold on, I like cologne. So
well, I know. All right, nowadays cologne costs a lot of money. Back in the day, the Old Spice and Brute and shit.
Oh no, don't play me like that. don't do me like that, man. So yeah, don't do me like that. But yeah, I definitely cologne, because I have a particular taste smell. So I don't think no cologne that I wear. I ain't even gonna throw that out there. But just understand, if you buy me cologne, it ain't cheap.
Why I'm talking about a car?
Car.
What the hell?
Who you dating?
Nobody has bought him a car. That's why he said that's what he want.
Oh man.
I take cologne. I take I like me, I like thought-provoking gifts. So even if it is some socks, like they gotta be designed or made like based off of something that we've done or something that I really like. But if you just go to the store and buy me a pair of socks, like, don't do me like that.
See, I'm not like that, man. I don't need the sentimental gifts. Like, I don't want you to waste your money. You go buy something I don't like. I don't want to give you a fake smile. Like I said, I tell it like it is. Like, I don't want to give you no fake smile or nothing like that. You just ask me what I like, and I'm gonna tell you and go off that. Like, if you go, oh, he might like this cologne, and I don't smell it and it stink to me. What am I supposed to do? Be fake about it?
Oh,
I'm gonna be grateful. I'm gonna say thank you, but that don't mean I'm wed just because you want me to.
I'm with you.
Who are you dating? Jesus.
Huh? Hey, I don't date some characters.
Women be at what?
Juan said women be asking for gifts like that, talking about cars.
What? Nah. So, I mean, for me, I like that type of stuff. And that's why I say, like, if it is socks, like, it got to have some type of sentimental value to it. You can't just buy me no socks. I mean, I like shirts. Take me out to eat. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I need to go to a 5-star. You know what I'm saying? Don't, you know what I mean? Don't take me to no chain restaurant like that. Take me to something big time. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my steak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Medium, Kobe. You feel me? Like, yeah, we finna drop a few huns. You know what I'm saying? Take me to stuff like that. That's what I like as far as gifts. Because I'm going out too. So I'm going out for you. Go out for me. But my wife do. So I can't speak on nobody else.
Does.
She go out for me. So you know what I'm saying? Like she drop it on me. So can't speak for other folks.
I don't know. I think for me, I got a watch fetish. I like big face diesels and fancy watches and stuff like that. When you 6'4.5", 250 like me, I can't buy anything off no clearance rack. All of my stuff is custom, so it's hard for any woman to just go buy me a shirt because it ain't gonna fit. It ain't gonna fit right. So I try to keep it simple for women I date. Get me something that I know I like that's not gonna be too complicated for them to go find. Like, I can do a chain restaurant. I can do any restaurant. I like the thought behind it. Like, you putting effort towards the relationship. I'll go. Like, if you want to take me somewhere, you spending your money and your time, I'll go. I don't care if we're doing a picnic in the park. You investing into me, so I appreciate that.
Well, that's different. But if we're going, that's cool. But if we're going to a restaurant, what you talking about? Like Capitol Grill? You talking about like Root? I ain't. But don't. Yeah, it got to be like.
No Applebee's.
It got to be for real. You can't be. I mean, if this is a gift.
Damn, Justin, y'all some bougie niggas.
Hey man, I'm just saying. I mean, my palates have changed. You know what I'm saying? My drinking has changed. I'm not drinking no cheap liquor.
You know,
I'm not wearing no cheap cologne. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you get older, you know, you like the finer things in life now.
You
I
know the
smoke
Range Rover
cigars.
can't pull up the Applebee's, okay? No, I'm
See,
joking.
that's what I'm saying. I wish I would look here, Didi. You talking about bougie? I wish I would eat Applebee's. Yeah, yo, I tried to eat Chili's about what was
Hell,
that
I hate Chili's.
like 2 years ago? I want to
Mm-hmm.
say, man, but I threw the whole meal away. I was
That
like,
bad?
it was that bad. But I don't eat that type of stuff no more. Like
Yeah.
if I go to a restaurant, it's typically a nice restaurant. I think the lower level restaurant I do is like a brewery, you know, stuff like that, which is, you know, of course, above a Chili's, Applebee's, and Fridays. Like, I don't eat none of that. That stuff trash to me now. I can't do
But
it.
a lot of that stuff in those food chain restaurants like that, most of that food is processed anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it come out of a pack and they throw it in the skillet. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right, y'all. So I know Marlon, you gotta go. So I want to go ahead and jump into the main topic of the show. And I know it might ruffle some feathers, but y'all know I don't care nothing about that. So we got some black men who say they only date white women or non-black women, and they refuse to date black women. Why do they feel that way? Or can we just have a conversation and give some insight on why that might be?
So I try not to generalize people or about any topic because I know phenomenal women that are black. I know phenomenal women of all races, right? Some of my friends and things like that. So I can only speak from my experiences. So I'm just gonna lay it out there. So for me, I'm a guy that I don't have the position of I only date non-black women. My ex-girlfriend was black. You know, I married two black women and I divorced them both. And I hope they're well and they're doing well in their lives and everything like that. Hell, I come from a black woman. I'm from Atlanta. I didn't even grow up with nothing but black women. So, and I didn't start dating out of my race until I was like 34, you know? So, but I can tell you, like, was I curious about dating outside of my race in my 20s? Yeah, but I wasn't mature enough to do it because why? Black people, my friends, the peer pressure, like they just wasn't going to accept it, and I wasn't man enough to stand up and do that, you know, back in my 20s when I was curious. But I will say that where I am now, I'll tell you, because I'm going to give you a couple perspectives. Number one, I date based on character. It just so happened that most of the best relationships I've had from when a woman had good character. When I say good character, I'm not just talking about just being nice. I'm talking about being a good listener, a big communicator, somebody that actually cares about me, cares less about materialistic stuff, more about me as a person. And in those relationships that I've had with black women, they were the absolute worst. I was more of a giver. They were more of a taker. Their energy was very masculine, very unrealistic expectations. But do I know black women that are not like that? I know a bunch of them. And I know a lot of phenomenal black women. And I would date them if I was single. But cards just hasn't fell that way for me. One thing I will point out is that for me, so if I'm dating based on character, here's one character point that has shifted since becoming a dad of a biracial child. I don't date just for me no more. So when my daughter has a white family and she has a black family. She's crazy about them both. So any woman I bring into my space, I can't be that. I can't have no woman in my space talking about, hey, you see that crackhead run across the street? You see blah, 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 blah. Like anybody who got like a lot of discontent, because I grew up around it. Everybody I grew up around, it was only white people I saw was police officers, teachers, and judges, you know, but that's about it, and store owners. But there was no interracial dating growing up where I was. And I can tell you what, the black people in the history of Atlanta, you don't see interracial dating there. I come from a place where it just really ain't accepted on the south side of the A. So I can get along with any kind of culture, especially when I go back home. I'm a different cat when I go back home. I fit in different. But when I have my daughter around my space, any woman I come in my space, they got to be mindful that, you know what, some of the stuff that come out of your mouth when you're around all black people ain't the same as when it come out of your mouth when you're all around mixed cultures and stuff like that. So if I have somebody that has strong discontent for white women, things of that way, I don't want my daughter to look me in my eyes and be like, Dad, how can you let this person talk about white people like that? My grandma's white, my mama's white, my auntie's white. So daughters have a way of like checking your conscience sometimes when it comes to dating because you're very protective of their space. So like I see that comment right there. Juan is on it tonight. But y'all feel where I'm coming from? It's like I can tell you on my mom's side of the family, I am the only black man. And that I'm talking 55 grandchildren. Out of all my cousins, I'm the only black man that's ever dated outside my race. It runs that deep. So I have a ton of black women that I'm so close with for life. So a lot of them hit me at one point in time. Even my two sisters have hit me at one point in time. Marlon, are you done with black women? I get that probably about once a year. And I'll say, no, it's not about that. Number one, I can give you some things that I don't see black women doing a lot of. Black women. But I live in Florida. I moved down here to be at the beach, get on boats, go to the gym. When I go to the gym, I'll see 100 white women. I'll see 2 black women at the most. When I go to the beach, I have my sister from Atlanta come down here, brought her to the beach. I'm an outdoor person. Take her to the beach. She looks around. She goes, well, where all the black people at? I don't know. I don't know where the black women are. They are not out here. I asked one black woman here when I was
dating. How many black men do you see?
I see a lot more than black women. A lot more at the beach.
And how many black women are with those black men?
Not that many.
Do you think that they're not taking the black women?
I don't know what that is. I don't know if I have a general answer for that. I think that people who are more outdoorsy, you're going to want to be around people who are more outdoorsy. I asked one black woman here when I was dating a couple of years ago. I said, hey, I'm going down to the beach. Let's go to Caddy's, get some drinks, take in, watch the sunset and stuff. She's like, I don't do the beach. Like, I ain't getting in the water. I'm not going to mess up my hair. You know how black women are about their hair. So she's like, you want me to go to the beach, get in that water, and mess up my hair? I just got my hair done a week ago. You know. I'm laughing at one.
Me too.
Me too.
What's that? Yeah. So like I don't think it's like a preference. Like, I'll tell you what. My last girlfriend I was with, I was crazy about her and stuff like that. I allowed her to get close to my daughter. She's black and Caribbean. She's from Baltimore. Right after my birthday, she ghosted me and my daughter. Poof, gone. Mature woman, I thought, and all those things. But I've just seen some of the most extreme cases in women I've dated. And when it comes to communication and being afraid to be vulnerable, I've seen the opposite races as people are just more open to talk about feelings without being threatened. In the relationships I've been in when I've dated non-black women, and the relationships I've been in when I've dated black women, it's been more or less a tug of war or over who's right or who's wrong, or a tug of war or which direction, who's going to lead and who's going to follow. And I don't like that because I'm a leader, so when I date somebody, I'm very respectful. I meet them where I need to meet them, and they meet me with their energy as well. I don't rule over women. I respect them all, but I'm a leader. I'm an alpha, and I cannot be with a woman with strong masculine energy. It don't work for me. It'll never work. I was raised by women with strong masculine energy. You look at my family, I have all these aunties on my mom's side. Very strong personalities. They wear the pants and the dress in their relationships. All of them single. All of them. They're great women. Too strong-minded. Too masculine. Won't submit to nobody at all. So it's one of those things like I don't need a bullheaded woman. I just want somebody I can build with. Can I meet you halfway? And that don't, for me, it's not black or white. I've met black women who fit the mold like that. They're strong, they're independent, and all that stuff, but they don't rub their materialistic stuff in their face. They don't rub their money in your face. So I'm a boss. You hear a lot of that these days. All that stuff means nothing to me. You know, are you a good person? Can you be there for me when I'm having my roughest days? I think about stuff like that. So on the surface, when people say, "Damn, man, I haven't seen you date a black world, and shit, it's been 20 years or whatever the case may be," I said, well, I just haven't ran across one that lines up with the stuff I'm looking for. I'm a character guy. I'll pause right there and let everybody weigh in.
Go ahead, Adrian. Doing your signature.
I mean, I definitely hear what he's saying. I just try to look at, especially like, you know, over the years, I know I never really thought about dating outside the race, right? Like I had to be kind of like talked into it. Like, would you consider it? Like, would you do it? Because I was just like, nah, I'm good.
That was me.
Yeah, in my 20s, like I was like, nah, I would never. Yeah, I would never. And then when I finally did, I think it was just kind of like, oh. But I think that for me though, I've dated cultural differences. I haven't really dated the whole. Well, I never dated a white woman, so I don't know how that is. What?
I don't know what Daniel's talking. I don't know that. I don't know the movie.
Yeah, I don't even know what that movie is either.
I don't either. Hey Daniel, I don't feel disrespect. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't.
No, I know. But yeah, so
it sounds funny though.
But I mean, I can see, and once again, like you said, you're going off of your experiences. I definitely can understand what he's saying as far as, you know, throughout my years in relationships, it was definitely hard. Being an alpha and then trying to date women that just never come across that. I feel like in our culture, that's not really a cultural norm for alpha men in our culture. When it comes to dating, I feel like because a lot of us have been raised by women and that's what they've seen. They've seen their mama breaking their backs. So when you in a relationship, you don't look at men as, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna quote unquote, you know, the word that they hate, right? Submit is like, nah, I ain't submitting. I don't care. And you like, well, why you with me? Like right. If you won't let me lead, why you with me? And it's like, oh, this is a partnership. I never said it was a partnership, but that had been my struggles as well too. You know, dating throughout my 20s, anyways. It really was dealing with some of those issues that kind of came up. But yeah, I mostly dated culturally different. If I dated, you know, anything, I never really dated a white woman. But I will say this, I guess I can't agree with you on this. Dating culturally, I have seen a difference dating different cultures.
Yeah,
for sure. From dating, you know, African American, to dating, you know, someone from overseas, you know, someone from Nigeria, right? Or someone from England, like dating, you know, black women from other countries. Definitely saw a difference.
I'm gonna pause you right there because Daniel, we're not losing our black cards. I used to be a DJ. I'm just gonna say, number one, Polly Wanna Cracker comes from the Fear of Black Planet album by Public Enemy, 1989. All right, let's press on.
Oh my God. So I just want to. I have.
I thought it was a movie he was talking about.
I thought it was too. I didn't know he was going that far back, but okay.
And he was using acronyms, so I was like, what?
Yeah, right. It's all good.
So I want to respond from a couple different.
Yeah.
One, I want to go back to you mentioned that like most of the women in your family are very strong, independent women, and they're all single. And I hear that a lot in the Black community. I want to address that first.
Okay.
Because that is a very distinct characteristic in the Black community.
Yeah.
And it's the DNA is in the Black community. And I want to be very clear about why that is. And I want there to be some responsibility taken from the men, because everybody that's watched this show know that I'm always going to always say that men should lead at all times.
Right.
So there has not really been a across the board, in a general sense, in the Black community, of strong leaders in as far as men are concerned for a very long time, for women to have been able to lean on and depend on, like other cultures can lean and depend on their men. So that's why we hence have this, but there are a lot of things that made that happen,
right,
systemically and all that stuff. So that's where that comes from. I don't know how you fix it. Women just don't trust Black women on a big scale, large scope, generalized. A lot of Black women don't trust Black men because they haven't been able to for a long time. So
it's crazy, right? I'm on the flip side of what Marlon is saying. So most of the women in my family are married, but the women run.
Are the leaders.
Yeah, they the leaders. So I feel, and once again, even seeing it in my own family, I feel like I'm looked at like crazy because you're not taking care of me. You see, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like they take care of their men, but they want that role, right? They want it, and it's like, nah, that's not how I rock. So
because that's the only way they feel safe, because they've never had a masculine man come in, take the leadership role. They can trust them, hand over all control to them, and shit get taken care of.
Yeah.
But they make excuses for these type of men, though. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's well at that point, that's the only kind of man they can get.
Yeah, see, that's strong.
That's all they got at this point.
But you know what I'm saying? Because you like, I don't understand why you make so many excuses for them. Like, they need to handle their business, which they don't do, and y'all accept that. But like, y'all look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm handling my business. I don't understand. Like, it just don't make no sense to me.
Yeah,
I guarantee you,
until that dynamic shifts, that's one of the things that's gonna keep the Black community low on the totem pole. Until men take their rightful position back at the head, we're gonna always be low man on the totem pole. It's just gonna be that way. That sucks. But the other end of this,
Adrian, the men that are married to these women in your family, they never come out and tell you. They respect you a lot. They probably won't ever tell you, but they do.
You saying the women?
No, the men that are married to those women in your family. The men that are not leading.
They don't rock with me, bro.
I know they don't rock with you.
They don't rock with
They may never tell you. They may not want to rock with you at all, but they wish they were you. Trust me that. Trust me.
You got a question on the screen.
Is he talking about taking care? I mean, financially, like all of that, like they the breadwinners for the most part, or I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they are the ones that's leading the family, and it's not even, it's known, you know what I'm saying? And the men that they're with are less than, and okay, you watching, like I don't know, man, like I would say that like some men in my family, I'm very disappointed in how they're not leading and taking charge of their families, which also causes, discomfort around me. I'm one of those, like, if you a beta, you're not gonna be comfortable around me, like, because I don't rock like that. So sorry, not sorry. And so we really don't have a relationship like that because of that. Like, I hold people to standards, and some people don't like that. I don't take your excuses. We've been talking about the same stuff for the last 20 years, right? Like, oh yeah, if I had this, if I could do this, if I could do that, why you ain't doing it? Like, I don't listen to that. Why you not doing it? You can do it, but you're not. Like, shut up, don't talk to me.
We're talking about men with a lot of excuses
all day.
Yeah,
I can't take that.
I don't rock with that either. Didi, you said you had several points to bring up.
One more, I think. It might come back. I've been drinking. But one more. So You mentioned that the black women that you did deal with, they were combative. They just wanted to argue all the time. Like there was just no common ground. And you didn't like you just couldn't find what you were looking for in them. And it's funny because a lot of black women say that they can't find certain things in black men. Like they like you'll hear them saying like these niggas ain't shit, blah blah blah. They'll say stuff like that. But one thing that the difference between black women and black men when it comes to that and talking about dating outside of our race, we black women ain't abandoning black men like that. We still gonna deal with black men. We not going to other races. Like we still like these niggas ain't shit, but we still love these motherfuckers. Like we still gonna try to find that diamond in the rough, that needle in the haystack. We still looking, we still trying to find that. So I'm just trying to find out. Like I don't like for me, I'm not look, I dated I did the interracial thing early, and it was the worst decision I ever made other than getting my daughter. And you can't pay me to do that shit.
Yeah.
I'd have had some of the worst relationships with black men, and I had some of the best. You can't pay me to date outside my race.
Yeah.
If I ain't found it in you, it's a million other of these motherfuckers out here. Somebody got what I'm looking for. Like I just can't, like I won't even give another race an opportunity because that's just not what I want. I'm all about building a black family, building a black community. I'm pro-black, so I'm not doing that again. That other, he ruined it for everybody.
Yeah.
But I just find like that difference in how black women may dog out black men, but they ain't going nowhere.
I think one of the things is too, so based off of what you're saying, right? But a lot of times we get in a relationship with those same women and they broke. And so even though they're not abandoning black men, they still holding on to hurt based on previously situations. So now, you know what I'm saying? We have to go through your healing process, hopefully, based off of now being with you. And we got to deal with the brunt of what that man put you through.
I'm glad Kim just posted it because I was about to say this. But y'all get to choose who you pick. Like, you don't have to choose a broken female that's got all this baggage. You get to vet these women. We get to vet the men. We get to pick wisely.
I agree with that. I mean, I agree with that. But I think sometimes also that's where you at too. I mean, it's a lot of factors in it. It's regionally, it's how you was raised, you know. And I'm gonna say this, right?
But
this doesn't hold true.
You make what you just said right there. You said it's what's around you, how you was raised, and it's regional. But it can't be because if you don't want to date black women, he's from Atlanta. He ain't been around no white women.
None.
He went and he found.
Well, you gotta answer that, brother.
He did not want to date black women.
I mean, look,
you gotta answer that, brother.
And like I told you, I didn't go into an interracial relationship at all until I was 34. You know, I spent all my life just surrounding myself with nothing but black people, and that was it. That was it. We be feeling sorry for them.
Juan, shut up.
What are you talking about? I like Juan. No, it's like this. You remember how I guess one of the things, I can't speak for all black men that date white. Well, everybody have their own path to get to knowing who you are, right? Mm-hmm. Like I'm one of those guys that you can put me in any environment and I'll thrive. Whether it's dating, whether it's career-wise or whatever, I'm a chameleon. You put me in any region, whatever, I'm going to end up connected with the right people, white, black, or whatever. That's just how I'm built. I've evolved into that. I wasn't like this when I was in Atlanta. I was all hood and all that stuff. I had to grow up. I think like having a military career.
You was hood?
So what?
You was hood?
You had no idea.
Oh, I don't.
Girl, the criminal records out there. 14, 15 years old. I had a different life. Southside Atlanta, I had a different life. I'll just say that.
Never know.
But you know, you evolve, you grow up, you know, you get educated, start traveling the world like all three of us have done and stuff like that. You meet different walks of life. And for me, I don't found value in connecting with not just black people. I'm not gonna learn, take all my knowledge I got in this world just from black people. I get my knowledge from cultures. I get my knowledge from reading, studying, things like that. So sometimes you start opening yourself up personality wise to learning different cultures. You see beauty in it. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do, depending on the person you're with. I know what I'm going to get from most black women I date. I know that for a fact. Like I can tell you, I've dated 30 black women probably in my life. I know what I'm going to get from them. Most of the time, I'm not saying they all the same. Here's what I'm going to get. We're going to love the same music. We're going to love to dance. We may have some differences. We're probably going to eat a lot of the same foods. Why? Because we're just culturally connected like that. We have a lot of similarities. So that's what normally people gravitate. You gravitate what you know and what you love. It's easier for me to have a lot more in common with a black woman than it is for me to have a lot more in common with somebody that's not black. So why would I even go out and make it hard for myself and go date somebody that ain't black when I know I can meet most black women and we're going to have, if I got 10 things on the list, we're going to have 6, 7, 8 of them in common already. It's always been like that. And for me, it comes down to what kind of character you got, how combative you are. Do you have yourself established? Do you respect my daughter? Like I'm thinking about things that actually matter, not just what we have alike, but what's gonna last, what's gonna make a relationship last. It ain't always about, oh, we like the same music, we like the same movies, and we got to keep each other strong because we black. Look, I don't been in some great relationships with black women. I really have, but I've been in some shitty ones too, and I can say that about non-black women as well. For me, I'm a character guy. It comes down to, does this woman? That's just like bottom line for me. Am I gonna be fighting with this girl for 20 years, or am I gonna be building with her for 20 years? That's how my brain is wired. I can't speak for most black men, but if a black woman came in my space and gave me that energy, gave me that support, and I'm single, yeah, we're gonna do the damn thing. But if somebody else come to my space and they showing that love and support, and they got respect for my daughter and who she is, and I can build with her, then I'm gonna build. That's how I'm fucking built. I know that ain't everybody's piece of cake, but for me, it's like, look, you can match my energy sexually. You like to get outdoors and have fun. You like to travel. I don't give a damn what color y'all. Let's build.
Daniel, don't you bring your ass over here. I don't want no white boy. Look, I can all y'all. We can go chop it up, fucking beer pong, whatever the hell you want to do. Shot. But we ain't fucking, okay? Let y'all know that. I love all of y'all, but we ain't fucking. Let's be clear.
It's tough because I mean, it's hard. It's hard on both ends. Because I understand what you're saying. I'm been, checking out Kimberly comments as well too. It really comes to the point of how do you come together, you know what I'm saying, when there's a disconnect there. So we know that there's a lot of brothers that deal with situations when they are better, right? A lot of times they deal with situations, or I know when I was coming through dating, a lot of things I dealt with was like, yeah, you can't be this real, like something wrong with you, like, nah, this fake. I ain't, because I guess maybe they wasn't used to the straight upness. They wasn't used to dudes not playing games or whatever. And I'm not finna deal with that. Like, I wasn't finna deal with your lack of insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Your insecurities, because I'm coming to you correct and you saying, nah, I'm playing games, but I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing and my actions are matching. But you still like, I'm trying to set you up. Why would I even do that? I ain't got time like that.
That's the norm. And that's a shame.
Oh, but typically, yeah. One of them is not a line. Usually, if you talking right, your actions is off, or your actions is right, but you don't want to be in nothing serious. But your actions is right, and you talking right, It's like,
But
nah.
Adrian, you're viewing it from a sane male perspective. When a female who has been hurt over and over and over again is traumatized, they can't see through all that.
They shouldn't be dating.
They may not know that they're not. They may not know that they're not completely
Ooh.
healed yet, though.
That part. Yeah.
Ooh.
When you young, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
You just navigating.
You're right.
So they shouldn't be
hoping
dating,
that
huh?
you hit the target.
Yeah. I mean,
they shouldn't be dating, huh?
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
hey man, because the reason why I'm repeating that because they
And
always
men
talk
shouldn't
about
be out here
men shouldn't be dating.
and lying
They
to
always talking about men should be dating, but we never really talk about women shouldn't be out here dating.
Yeah.
We never really talk about that piece.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should take their hurt out on anybody.
Yeah.
But everybody needs to take responsibility.
That's what it's all about. Don't take your hurt out on me, though.
Yeah,
Right.
No, don't take it out on me. I didn't do that. What the hell?
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. All I did was
and I feel like we've all done it.
For me before. I'm like, whoa.
Keeping it above. I think we've all done it. I've done it. I've taken out, and I didn't even know it. Where I was on edge based on a previous relationship, and they did something that kind of resembled
it triggered.
And it tricked, and I didn't even know it until I really sat down and thought about it. And I'm like, whoa, like how am I going through the same situation? Like it wasn't them, it was me. Like,
but you gotta know.
We don't actually deal with it though. We don't actually deal with what happens in a relationship. We don't talk about it. We don't deal with it at all. We just move on to the next.
But I took a step back personally and said, okay, I'm not dating. Like I stuff that I'm taking personal that I shouldn't even be taking personal. It ain't even really about them.
Oh my God, Daniel.
Diddy, that's on you. Diddy, that's on you.
Hey man, they are shooting his shot.
Oh my God, that's funny. Daniel, what's gonna be our safe word?
There Diddy go playing with old Daniel.
Daniel know I'm playing. I ain't fucking with him. He's white.
You silly.
Hold on. Kim said, Black men or women rarely deal with mental issues that negatively affect relationship. Absolutely. What the fuck, Daniel? Kumquat. Oh my God.
I ain't trying to send this to the left.
Daniel is definitely on one today, P9.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Black people really don't think that untreated trauma is a mental issue.
It's a problem.
They think that being in traumatic situations is normal and that you just okay and you can just deal with it and move on.
Because we grew up in traumatic situations. We just grew up battle tested. Yeah, we just get over it.
You know how traumatic it is to be in a traumatic situation?
Yeah.
I mean, right. Especially, all right, you think about it, you grew up in the hood. Like most likely you know people that got shot, right? You've seen people shooting. Like we grew up in war zones. We have PTSD that we didn't even know we had PTSD. Before we went into the military, we had PTSD. Didn't even know it.
And then not really having parents that were as active and present as we are with our kids.
Yeah, they were grinding.
Yeah.
They were grinding.
In survival mode all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
See, I thought like the way I grew up was tough. Where I grew up in College Park, East Point, that's a real dangerous area in Atlanta, right? And then, like, say for example, the woman I'm dating, she actually grew up no BS, no bullshit in war, like in Bosnia and Sarajevo and all that war is going on. She's 5 years old, she's thinking there's fireworks going on, and they going house to house, and you grow up in that environment. You know, that's I thought my stuff was bad. Then I meet somebody that went through worse. I was like, but the cool thing about it is, I like what Kim said earlier about dealing with trauma and stuff like that. Like Black people don't deal with that. You grow and you learn how important it is to deal with yourself and deal with your own mental issues. My lady did the same thing. She took her butt to counseling just way before I met her. I went to counseling myself for some of my issues, got away from dating, stepped back from dating for a few years just to deal with me. you know, so I can come back stronger, a little bit better understand where I'm fucking up, you know, what I need to fix on my own. I actually respect people who do that. I do. I don't see enough people in the Black community doing it. I think like I'm talking friends, family. I see my sister did it. I see what kind of woman she is. She's like a life coach now. Counseling helped her out of some dark times. She's out there healing other people. So I just think it's a lot of value in it. People don't talk about it enough.
No. And P9, yes, I think that now that we have social media and people are talking about it more, because I think suicide is becoming more vocal and more visual because of social media, that they're taking mental health more seriously now. Because before it was like a taboo. You really just didn't talk about it. You kind of swept it under the rug and hope for the best.
Didi, just think about like when all of us went to school, right? Let's say you got your butt kicked at school, or probably didn't. You ran track, you was all athletic. Hypothetically, Didi got jumped in the cafeteria at 15 years old. Rumor gets around slowly. All of a sudden, you know, there's rumors about you and stuff, but not everybody in the school gonna know what happened in the cafeteria when you was in there. Now, you go live.
Like that.
You know, everything goes live, and the pressure these kids be under growing up, especially Black kids, man. They live on the internet, they live on World Star and all this stuff. Crazy.
You know, me and Juan grew up together. So crazy.
Now I understand the banter. I like that.
Look, so Kim says, even for men who were raised by predominantly Black women and then grew up to prefer not to date them, I'm seeing a trend in this, or will date a Black woman and try to minimize them. In these situations, we should step back and analyze that behavior. Listen, that is such a good topic because I had a friend who, we're not friends anymore, and she might be watching, I don't know, who cares? But she asked her son, who was a teenager, why he doesn't date Black girls. And he said, have you experienced you before, Mom? That's a mic drop comment right there. Like
I don't think. Well, I know. I don't think Black women have an understanding of how the way they are sometimes, and of course we're not saying all, but the ones that we're complaining about, right? These are the same women that's raising sons, and I don't think they understand that that's a turnoff, because I would think that, you know, what's the saying? Your mom is the first woman that you fall in love with, right? But if you don't have no love for your mama like that, you like her, but what you find is they love their mama, but they like, I would never date somebody like you.
I grew up like that,
right? I know I couldn't.
But I had to like rebuild my relationship with my mom, and we did that privately, you know, but we rebuilt it as adults. But growing up, like, you know, I respect it because my dad raised us to always be respectful, you know, honor that mother, that father. I grew up in that environment, preacher's kid here, so I got in a lot of shit. But as far as having that personal relationship, you know, it just wasn't there. And like seeing the bad mouth and that, you know, the banter that went forth, the negative bad mouthing about Black men and stuff coming out of their mouth. No, you don't want to be associated. You don't want to meet no woman like that. You want somebody you can laugh with and have fun. Like, you don't want nobody. If you have you start seeing women like that, you're gonna start thinking like, you see the way they handle their own kids and their own kids' father. You're not gonna go out here in this world and want to date a woman that's gonna give you a kid and treat you the same way. You know, you want somebody that got a peaceful soul. You know, that ain't got all that pent up anger up in them. So
it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, and that was Adrian. I know we talked about this before about how not only is it hard for Black women to take criticism from their significant other, they can't, like, you can't even be honest with your mom. You can't tell your mom that the food ain't good.
Nope.
Because the whole house gonna blow up. Like, you cannot tell a Black woman anything without her feeling completely attacked and disrespected.
That's how we were raised, right?
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, but the shit nasty. Hell, why can we fix it? Why we can't talk about it? So they go out in the world with this delusion and this misconception of how they are, and it's not the truth. You're not that good. You're an asshole, and nobody's been able to tell you that.
Nobody can tell.
No.
Amen.
And that's why, like, my son, I try to be as open as I can with him, and I want him to understand. Like, I want him to see me in action when it comes to being loving, being kind, being submissive, serving. Like, I want you to see it. So my heart warmed when I saw the little girl. He had a picture on the back of his phone. I was like, oh my God, she's chocolate. And she got little Afro puffs. Like, I was so happy. I was like, she looked like me. So I was just like, okay, I'm doing something right.
You made a good example. You're giving them a good example.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I want everybody to just do better. And I just really wish that black women and black men didn't feel like they were at war with each other all the time.
It seems like it's been at war for decades. Like, it's been going on for so long.
They made it that way. It was designed that way.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah. It's been working. Sadly.
It's definitely been working. They didn't call it the projects for nothing. It's a project, and they got an A on it. Yeah, well, Marlon, I know you got to go unless you can hang around for one more topic.
Let me do one more topic, and then I'm gonna head on out.
Right.
Gotta hit the gym at 4. So,
an easy, fun-loving type of topic. We'll go out on this one. I don't think I have any on this topic. I don't think so. I'm gonna think though. I might have did something. Have y'all, like, what is the pettiest thing that you've done after quitting or getting fired from a job?
After quitting and getting fired.
Have you done anything petty? Because we Drena found this on I think the Shade Room, and it was like this thread of people doing petty stuff. One IT guy got fired, and he built the system, so he shut it down, and they had to hire him back as a contractor to come back.
Wow.
One guy got fired, and he went back that night. He stole the keys. He went back, stole the keys to all the vans, and drove them one by one into the woods.
Wow. That's petty. Yeah, they definitely hurt.
Oh my God. I was like, I don't know if I did anything. I'm trying to think.
I wish I could have
probably after a deployment where you leave and you could just do whatever because you're leaving.
I wish I could have read the thread on that. Oh.
Right. I guess unless I would have won the, you know what I'm saying, the Powerball, I ain't got nothing petty that I would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really got nothing on that level of petty. You know what I'm saying? It's just the only thing I've ever done. Maybe if we was social media and, you know, I left a job and I was just, you know, had you on my social media just to be nice. Now I blocked you because I ain't got to deal with you. That type of thing.
Except nobody I work with on my social media.
That's maybe for me. That's about the pettiest thing. Blocking people on social media, that type of stuff.
I can only think of lowering myself one time to do some petty shit.
Let's hear it.
Oh gosh, I forgot all about this shit. A long time getting old. I got an Article 15 in the military. I got punished for fighting in the club a long time ago. I didn't think they were going to like throw the book at me and take a strike. My commander took a strike. My commander had her own private bathroom and where we worked at, right? Nobody used this fucking bathroom. She had her own sink, toilet, blower, and all this stuff. Pale old white woman looked like Cruella de Vil. And so we had to, in the airport, we had to wear, where we worked at, we had to wear our dress blues, our blues, 4 days a week. We had to wear them where I was working at in Germany. So when everybody went home, I went back up there, and we were getting ready to have a barbecue in the dorms. I grabbed like some black crushed up charcoal that we were gonna put on the grill. I grabbed like 3 of them. Went back to her bathroom, and I put it in that hand blower where it blow your hands and stuff like that. Crushed them up, put them in there, took off. And so the next day she was off. She wasn't even at work. And all I know is like when she came in on the weekend to get some work done, I guess, and she came in there and the charcoal just blew all in her face, all over her uniform. Nobody ever found out, caught me and anything like that, but I laughed my ass off so bad. Like they couldn't even clean the stains off the floor. It was bad, man. I loved it.
See.
I ain't never done nothing like that.
Yeah. I was the culprit.
I never did anything, but I hope that my daughter's godparents aren't watching because I don't want to get her in trouble.
Oh.
But they was living in base housing, and the neighbor did something to her. She was civilian. Her husband was in the military. She went, I don't know, I think she got gasoline or something and put it in a squirt bottle. And she was acting like she was just walking down the street, and she took it and put it all over their lawn and killed their grass in base housing.
She didn't kill no dog in that dish.
No, but you know, base housing, you got to keep your yard right. And it was like somebody had written all in their yard with gas, and her husband never knew. I tried to talk about it one day when I went home. She was like, "You don't know." I was like, "Oh shit." She told him. She never told her husband that she was the one who did it. They were like doing a full investigation in base housing, trying to figure out who did it, and it was her.
This is before they had cameras all in there and stuff like that. Whoa.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, you was that mad?
Damn.
Like, why?
I will tell y'all this. This ain't got nothing to do with jobs, but I was crazy about this one black woman, girl named Tina Gasolina. But me and this girl, we was crazy about each other, dated for 2 years, and she did something in my house I didn't like. I was trying to keep one of my boys from getting a DUI, so I told him and his girlfriend. He was drunk. He called me up drunk. I said, "Get to my house. You can sleep in my spare bedroom." My girlfriend didn't like it. Well, I let him come over anyway. This girl cussed me out so bad that it just erupted me. We got into we almost throwing stuff at each other. Last time I ever called a black woman a bitch. Like, get the fuck up out of here. You know what happened? Because I didn't trust her ass. I walked her out and made sure she left. I drove my car around for 2 weeks, not knowing that on the passenger side of my car, I had large letters, bitch, on the side of my car. I didn't even know she came back to the car, keyed it up, bitch.
Oh,
I went to work. I had the DJ for an event at work. And then everybody's outside. And then like I drove, I'm making the right turn and everybody can see bitch on the side of my car. You know, and I'm like, everybody's looking at me and laughing. I'm like, what's so goddamn funny? Man, you might want to look at you ain't gonna look at your car? I looked at it.
That's messed up.
2 weeks. I ain't even look at the passenger. Who goes to the passenger side of their car?
Right.
That's why she did it that way. So.
Kim said a friendly reminder. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, Marlon. I bet you won't do that shit again.
Yeah, I know. That was a long time ago.
Damn, that's messed up. Well, I know that you have to go. Adrian, I don't know if you want to talk about this last topic when he leaves, about what happened to me in this club this weekend.
Well, I'll tell you what, I am going to watch the recording tomorrow, so I want to hear that. So I'm going to come back to it, but I appreciate y'all letting me hang with y'all tonight.
We appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Coming.
Yeah, no doubt. Adrian, be good, man. Take care of your family. Didi, keep doing what you're doing, Court Queen.
Thank you. You too.
All right, man.
All right.
Yeah. She got me good. All right, peace out, y'all.
See ya. Okay, because I need to know what I should have did. No, it wasn't up to me. Y'all, if you see your friend's husband or wife in the club with another person of the opposite sex being inappropriate, meaning kissing, hugging, rubbing, stroking, dancing, feeling everything on each other, what would you do? Because this Saturday, Friday, I was out with my homegirl for her birthday. And she looks up and she's like, that's my friend, my homegirl's husband right there. But that ain't my homegirl. He ain't have his ring on. When I tell you they was dirty dancing, kissing, rubbing, stroking, like you would have thought they was just like honeymoon phase. And I'm like, okay, so what are you gonna do? And she was like, well, I'm gonna mind my business because the last time I called her to come out, she saw him doing something, and now she's on her get back, so she be out doing her thing. So I don't know what they got going on. So I don't mind my business.
Yeah, I'm minding my business, man. I ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna keep it a buck. And well, let me say this. It depends on the relationship with me and the friend. Like, are we tight, or are we cool? What makes a difference? Because, like, and the reason why I say that, because I would probably, if we tight, I know their situation. So I would know, I would know if they going through some things or not. You know what I'm saying? So if I know they going through some things, I ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I ain't got nothing, you know, they going through it, whatever. Maybe, I don't know. I ain't in it. But if this like a couple we hang out with, you know, all of that, like, and I know, I'm like, whoa, bruh,
Kim, you know I'm calling you. Like, Kim, you need to get here right now. ASAP right now. I'm whooping Woody ass in the club. You know I'm beating his ass right there on the spot. I'm gonna hold him till you get there. So yeah, like, I agree. I think it depends on the relationship that you have with your friend.
Yeah, it all depends, because otherwise I'm just, hey, I'm gonna stay out of it. But I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna make sure they see me. I'm gonna make sure they see me. So whether I say something or not, I'm gonna make sure they see me. So that way it's like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure they see me for sure. But
yeah, because I'm not going. They're not gonna know that I told you. I'm just calling you and telling you you need to come up here. That's right. If that's your homie, that's right. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not saying nothing to him. Now you see me, I'm gonna make it known that I'm in there.
Right, because I'm gonna give you now. Because my whole thing too is I'm gonna give you the opportunity, because you done seen me. You know what I'm saying?
Now come talk to me. Let's see what you got to say.
Right.
Come here. Come over here.
But yeah, depending on who it is, I'm bringing out the
there. I could tell that the lady he was with didn't know that he was married. You could tell that she didn't know he was married. That's why he didn't have his ring on. Because that lady was in love with that man. Like, she was ready to risk it all. Like, that was her man. I was like, oh my God. And then you could tell at a certain point that his wife called him. Because he skipped it down outside right quick to get on the phone. And then he came back in. I was like, oh, child, this is a lot. It was a lot. Because look, that ain't my business, but that was a lot. Like, for you to be married and the stuff that they was doing, it was, child. Oh, Lord. Just like, this is some disrespectful ass shit. And my homegirl kept looking at me like, you see that? I'm like, yes, I see it. I see it. Yes, ma'am, I see it. But I don't know. I don't know the people. Kim said I would have told. I would have just called her and told her to come up there. Like, yo, we at the spot. You want to come hang out? It's my birthday weekend. I would just told her to come up there. I wouldn't have said nothing. One. Oh, it went down. It went all the way down. Yeah, it was too much for me. And I don't even know the people. And I felt bad for the wife because the way he was carrying on, and she looked a mess too with that goddamn cheetah print dress on, with that red bra and them red and blue New Balance sneakers on.
I can't even picture that, Dee.
Like, exactly.
What are we talking about right now? I can't even picture that.
Cheetah dress with a red. She had the cheetah dress opened up with the red bra on and some red, blue, and white New Balance.
Yeah, I can't even put that together. That looked a hot mess in my mind.
And her stomach was out like she was about 7 months pregnant.
Hey,
I said, you know what?
The bigger pushing for the cushion. He like it. But yeah, it all depends on who it is, the whole situation, what I know. It depends. That whole situation. Because this is the piece of it too. Like, depending on how close you are, right? And you see it and they find out you've seen it. Like, it's one of those situations that it's kind of tough because if they say, like, you know what I'm saying, they might try to throw you under the bus. Like, oh, I told you because Adrian was there, so I figured he told you. Whoa.
Right. It ain't wrong. I don't know them people.
So
unless she told me, I just thought there was a couple on the dance floor getting freaky. I don't know.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on how close we are. Because if we cool and you come at me like, bro, you ain't tell me, bro, I ain't talked to you in a minute, bro. Like, that wasn't my place to say. I don't know what y'all got going on. So don't even come pressing me. You know what I'm saying? Go press your girl. That's who you need to be pressing. She the one out here giving them goodies away. Not me.
You know she got to clap the cheeks and New Balance.
Right. That's on you and her. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
No, listen. I was in there having me a good old time, dancing and minding my business.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. Well,
amen.
What you got going on for this week?
Well, working on the little group, man, the financial group. So some of the things I'm doing, I created a questionnaire to send out to the group so we can figure out what direction we're going. Because what I want to do is, as the people come in and they join in the group, I want it to be a collective, because it'll be easy for me to push what I feel is best, right? But we know, especially a lot of times with us trying to push a group like this, is we've all tried it. I've tried it previously, didn't work. So I'm trying to take a different approach, to it, because a lot of times people come in and they want to sell their products, or, you know what I mean? Like, they have their own agenda. So it's like, look, man, we're going to have to humble ourselves and do for the greater good of the group if we really trying to create, group dynamics together, make our money work. So, I'm really kind of working on that. I'm also putting together, some different trainings and tools for professional development. So for people that don't know, that's kind of my specialty. That's what I do. I work in, professional development space, creating trainings, and not only creating trainings, but creating situational based trainings to just help people in different situations and scenarios, depending on what that is that they go through at work. Maybe they're struggling with, right? So leadership, communication, all of those different types of things, right? I create stuff for that. Just kind of working on that, bringing that to the forefront. So, because if people want me, book me, they can do that. But yeah, man, I'm just getting back in my bag, like for real, you know what I'm saying? And moving the way I'm supposed to. I don't know if it's just because I done had my little birthday, start having little epiphanies and say like, yo, you got to move like you're supposed to. I don't know, but it's definitely hitting me and I'm definitely moving in the direction that I'm supposed to be moving.
That's good.
So, yeah, man.
Okay. I see you. What I got going on? Well, listen, first of all, I'm so grateful, for my hometown, Bristol, Pennsylvania. Like when I tell you, I had a thought in my mind that I wanted to do something for my city. And for those of you who don't know, I have a nonprofit named after my grandmother. It's called Evelyn's Joy. Her name is Evelyn Joyce, and it's strictly for my city. And I couldn't figure out, like, I do certain stuff at home, but it was like I want to do more. And I reached out to some people in my community to figure out what I could do on Martin Luther King weekend. So I'm gonna fly home, and when I tell you the outpouring of support has been insane. So I'm doing a winter coat drive. I'm gonna give away. My goal was to give away 50 winter coats to kids, and a hot meal as well. So I rallied up the troops, and like it was crazy. One of my friends, he was like, "Oh, hold on, let me call." He's like, "Give me a call real quick. My wife works for Burlington Coat Factory headquarters." I'm like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh, you can come up here. They have major discounts. We can figure out how to get you free coats, whatever. So, like, you can do it." In my homegirl, she was like, "I got a daycare. You can put some donation boxes here. We can get some coats put here." And I'm like, "Well, shit, we're gonna have more than 50 coats." So I got my team set up. I got all kind of sponsors. I got my caterer already coming, willing to serve the food, give the food, like everything already set up. I'm just like overwhelmed with the support that I'm going to get for this event. So I'll have the flyer out soon to start promoting it. I just want to make sure I have my first choice of location solidified. If I don't have it by tomorrow, the second choice is already concrete. They already said that they can do it for me. So we'll have all that with the sponsors and everything on the flyer. So big ups to my city, big ups to the support. I appreciate y'all. Definitely grateful for y'all. And what sparked that, of course, is that I definitely sponsor also a turkey drive here in Rock Hill, South Carolina for Money Train. He does a turkey drive every year. Of course, I'm a huge sponsor for that event as well, giving out 100 turkeys to 100 families, giving out laptops, TVs, all that stuff. So that's what sparked. I was like, I got to do something for my own city. So that's what made me want to do that. So look out for more information on the two big events that I do for my 501c3 nonprofit organization. Try to give back. If you have any ideas in your communities, anywhere that I can help, give, donate, whatever, let me know. I'm always willing to give back. I was created to serve. That's what I want to do. I like to help people. Y'all know I'm the core queen. If you need a fitness coach, holla at your girl. I got you. I'm not cheap, so don't come to me if you ain't got no money. And I'm not being funny. I'm just saying, I'm gonna get you what you're trying to get. You're gonna get rid of that stomach. You're gonna lift that booty. You're gonna look good. You're gonna be snatched. So you always get what you pay for, right? So y'all know we like to say hit that number scrolling across the bottom of that screen if you got topics that you want us to talk about. Y'all be on social media scrolling all day long. Send us some shit. If you see some videos, something that's controversial that you want to hear, talk about, get some perspectives on, send it to us in our DM inbox. If it's a video, it's a topic, whatever, send it to the text message or anywhere. If you want to come on the podcast, we love doing panels. We love having guest co-hosts. Come on and talk to us. We want to talk to the people. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, if you're watching on Facebook right now, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, leave a comment, like, and share it. We appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all next week.
Hey, run them numbers up for us.